Did not see that come across. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Hopefully you all know who I am, but I'm Sarah if you do not. I am the dietitian with the doc, but I also help with the wellness program with Jamila. And we're going to kind of talk through, if you haven't gotten all of your points yet, what other opportunities there are to get your points for this wellness program year. We are going to have some changes next year. We'll have another program overview in February of 2025 to make sure you know how to get your points for 2025. We did have a talk in January, so if you were already on that talk and got points for that lunch and learn, you will not get points for today, but we'll go through everything. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I will try to check the chat in a little bit here and then, or at the end, or just kind of unmute yourself in the middle and you can ask questions. So we'll start out kind of talking about the tier setup. So there's 2 tiers for the program. There's tier 1 and tier 2. Tier 1, you have to have your annual exam and biometric screen. And we already had, some of that I should have taken out, but we already had our biometric events and we were at the health and safety fair. You can still get biometric screening at the doc. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but you also have to have your annual exam. In order to be eligible for tier 2, you have to have tier 1 completed. So tier 2's 250 points, and that'll be $250. Everything that you do must be done from sometime between January and December. So if you're a newer employee and you started in the middle of the year, it might not let you do your points from before when you started, but just kind of enter your start date as when you had that done. So if you had an annual exam done this year, it will still count. But just feel free to reach out to me or just enter that date as your annual exam. And then raffles, we have various raffle challenges for different challenges throughout the year. We'll kind of talk about what you might be eligible for raffle-wise. And we'll talk about our test-to-test challenge coming up here. Well, raffle coming up here too. So biometric screens, we are still doing them at the doc. You can do them at the doc, but you have to have them completed by November 27th. You can submit biometric results from your primary care provider. The one thing that we usually do not see primary care providers check is waist circumference. I've seen a couple of them that aren't checking A1C either, hemoglobin A1C. I'm hoping that they should be checking hemoglobin A1C because that's pretty standard. But I will show you what form you need, where to get that form, but you just submit that form to me, signed by your physician, and you'll get your biometric points. Health challenges, annual exam can be anywhere. So it could be at the doc, it could be not at the doc. If you do your annual exam at the doc, we'll give you an extra bonus points. So this is all part of tier 2. We do a lot of different health challenges that are worth 10 points generally, unless stated otherwise. So doc visits are usually 20 points if you just come to the doc, so up to 4 visits, so total of 80 points for that. Any biometric results that are in range for your waist circumference, total cholesterol, A1C, blood pressure, those will count towards points. If you're outside of the recommended range, you can still watch a video to earn those points. So each of those are worth 25 points. Teeth cleaning, dental exams, those are worth 10 points apiece. It's generally recommended that you have that done every 6 months. So should be about 2 times a year. Vision exam or eye exam, that's going to be worth 10 points. Flu shot, we did have our flu shot clinic today. So that is self-reported. If you've gotten your flu shot, you can go in and put that in. Or if you've gotten it anywhere else, it doesn't have to be with us. COVID shot, any other immunizations, Tdap, diphtheria, pertussis, the shingles, pneumonia, measles, mumps, rubella, HPV, chickenpox. So this is if you've had one of these immunizations this year. The recommendation is not going to be for you to have one of these each year, but if you did happen to get one this year, that's going to be worth 10 points. COVID shot, age gauge survey. I don't usually mention this one just because it's kind of annoying, but it is kind of like a health survey that you get your health age. So it can be very fun, but it is a 15-minute kind of cumbersome survey. You're more than welcome to complete it, but connecting with the coach. So this could be me. It could be if you have a personal trainer, your own health coach you meet with, that could count as a coach connect. Healthy University. So this is for up to 4 courses, so a total of 40 points total. These are different courses we have on WellRate, and we'll take a look at how to use WellRate again, and if you just need a refresher or if you haven't used it before. And then any preventative screenings are going to count for 10 apiece too. So again, as with the immunizations, colorectal cancer screenings are usually once every 10 years. Breast cancer screenings for mammograms are now every other year for the recommendation. So if you had it done this year, it's going to count towards this year. If not, then it would not count for this year. David, yeah.
So I apologize, I joined late, so you may have already covered this, but what about other immunizations such as RSV?
Any immunizations you've had would count.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry about that. Those are all kind of the health related challenges. Wellness moment videos, I put these together. So there's 3 left for this year. These are worth 5 points apiece. So October has been on breast cancer. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. November is going to be on snacking at work. And just kind of like healthy snacks you can do at work. December is going to be on seasonal blues. We have one more portal challenge. So these are just different challenges we have through WellRate. And November is going to be on I'm Okay. So it's just a fun challenge for you to earn points. You track in WellRate. Everything's in there. We'll look at what that challenge really entails in a minute. Lunch and Learn's left. So we have today, if you haven't been on a Lunch and Learn talk for the wellness program overview again, you will earn points for today's. Healthy snacking at work is also going to be in November. I apologize, this came up later, but we are going to have a financial wellness talk in November as well, I believe. I'll confirm the date for you on that. It is on our upcoming events handout, and I'll pull that up for you as well. Everside Wellbeing webinar series. Oddly enough, I'm presenting this one as well. But that is going to be October 10th on holiday prepping, mind, body, and spirit. So just different ways to kind of prepare for the holiday and make sure that you're mentally, emotionally, and physically ready for the holiday season and living your healthiest life. We have our last health programming we're doing this year is the tobacco cessation program. We just finished our diabetes self-management program. So if you are trying to stop smoking, you will get extra points for just doing our tobacco cessation program. This one's going to be virtual. So 1 session a week for 6 weeks. And our stop or quit date is going to be session 4. Again, flu shot clinic today. If you want to walk in and get your flu shot at the dock, you can come. It's actually for people off the city's insurance as well. So any employees of the city, spouses on the insurance can start scheduling. You can schedule to get your flu shot starting tomorrow. But we're here until 4 o'clock for the flu shots. After 1, we're at lunch break right now. But you can earn points for that as well. So we do have the flu shot vaccine in there as well for you to self-report your point for that. I'm not entering that in on the back end unless you need help with that. Our Maintain No Gain Challenge, I actually do have date for that. That is starting November 13th, I believe. Let me double check the calendar. November 11th, sorry. So this one, you maintain your weight within 2 pounds of your starting weight through the holidays. So it's an 8-week challenge. So starting November 11th, you'll do an initial weigh-in. You can submit that if you want the week before November 11th, then you have a little longer to maintain your weight. But as long as you are not gaining more than 2 pounds, then you will earn points for this challenge. It does end after January 1st, but we are counting it towards 2024's wellness points. It's kind of your absolute last chance to get points. So it's a fun challenge. It's really good just to help as far as staying on top of things for your over the holidays. But You can lose weight, just not gain weight. We do have peer-to-peer challenges as well. So these are self-challenges that you can do in the wellness portal. If you want to challenge yourself or a friend or a coworker to a challenge that's on the portal, these are worth 25 points a piece as well. We'll look at those in the demo. To get into the portal, this is what it'll look like when you go to the link. If you need to register, you just click on this register button down here. And it'll take you through this. You can say, I am the employee, and go through. Now, when you actually log in, as you register, you do not need to enter employee ID, department code, or department ID. You do not need any of that. Just fill out the rest of it. But once you get in, it looks something like this. There's a bunch of announcements over here. You might get other announcements coming up here. These are just overall announcements that'll pop up. You can also access them later with that little trumpet. We'll see how to do that in the app version of things as well. You need to get back, just hit home. These are different resources and links that can be really helpful. So this takes you to your Dayton Benefits website. I don't have a password for that, so I'm not going to take you there. Incentive forms. So this is where you would access if you're doing an off-site biometric with your own primary care provider. Just please make sure they get your waist circumference. If you're doing a spouse biometric, that looks a little bit different. You can just click on that to download it. It will look like this and be popped up for you. Be Well Dayton Guide. So this has our activity checklist for 2024. So these are all the different activities and challenges we just talked about. That's a nice little checklist to see what you've already done. Points, and then this is the upcoming events handout. I try to update it as we go throughout the year. So the last updated date is on the bottom there if you need it, if you have any questions or discrepancies. So it is October, so we have open enrollment for you guys from October 21st to November 1st. No wellness points for that. We also have our test for testosterone not really a challenge, but program this year. So anybody who has had an annual exam and gets tested for testosterone, their testosterone checks at the clinic this whole month will be entered in for a raffle prize. We do ask that you schedule those appointments before 10:30 a.m. Because that test is dependent upon what time of day that it is taken. But you can schedule that with scheduling line number. That's the 866 number. So Wellness Talk on Balancing Act with PNC is going to be November 5th at noon. If you need a link to that, we can get you that as well. So as we keep going down, there's other resources. So Everside, Member Portal, Anthem, link to Anthem Insurance. Community Care Connect is another service that's available through our company. I think it's in the slides. I will come back if it's not. And then you can give program feedback and then also share success stories or any additional resources you might need. So I think that includes trackers for personal challenges, anything like that. For tracking your annual exam, down here, you hover over the tile. There's an info that'll give you more information about the challenge. It'll also let you track. You can also just click track. So just click yes, what date you had it done. So maybe you had it done January 10th, and then just click yes, and that'll give you credit. If you want the kind of cheater way, you can just hit track, and that'll pop up that way. Metric screen we enter on our end, and so you have to have both of these done to earn the first $100 and to be eligible for tier 2. Once you get done with those, this shows 1,275 points. You do not need that many points. That's just how many possible points there are. You only need 250 points in tier 2 to be eligible for that $250 incentive. So September is going on right, just finished up. So if you had your steps, you can enter those by October 7th to earn your September points. As long as you had 100,000 steps, you'll be able to earn at least 12 points. Bonus points for the doc, that's entered. If you see this submitted by Everside, that's entered in on our end. So these are all of the results from the biometric screen. If you came to the doc, you can also submit that. We just ask that you state which provider you saw and the date of your visit. Any preventative screenings you might have had, vision exams. If you've participated in a blood drive this year. So if you've done, I think this is 2 points apiece. So if you've done 2 blood drives this year, that's going to be worth 10 points apiece. If you've downloaded the Everside app because you've come to the clinic, that's worth another 25 points. That's another easy one. I think I skipped over the university courses. Let me see here. Okay, doc video. So this is if you watch our commercial. We do have a commercial for the doc. So if you take that course, this video will pop up and you can watch that and earn points for the doc. That is worth, I believe, 10 points. One of the easiest ways, so Coach Connect, this is one you can submit if you saw me or if you saw somebody else. If university courses, Healthy You, it's the university courses, there are tons of challenges, videos that you can watch. As long as you watch 4 of them, you'll get credit for those. But there's some kind of interesting ones, back pain, back facts, anatomy of a migraine, different ones in there. We have a walking group on Thursdays at noon. It's 2 points for each time you show up. But we just walk for 30 minutes at noon at City Hall. Already talked about the Thrive over the holidays for the Everside one. This is the spouse biometric as well. So that would be just that form. Any questions on this portion? All right, I think we're good. If you want to do a personal challenge, you just click add a challenge. And these are all the different challenges. You can filter based off of the type of challenge as well. The I'm okay challenge that's coming up. I don't think it's up yet. But it's basically just kind of checking in mental health wise and just making sure you're taking care of yourself that way. So portal, we do have a portal, wellness portal. It is the Wellright app. You can connect your device on the portal to help you track. So one way you could do that is devices, and then these are all the supported devices. You can connect online through logging in with your account online. You can also connect to the different apps as well. This is a video, so I'm going to try to talk through, but once you log in, you have to register with the wellness portal on a computer. Once you have registered in the computer or on a web frame, so if you're on your phone, if you use your web Safari or Google, you can register that way too. But once you're registered, you can use the app. So this is going to show you all of the tier challenges again. Your point summary is going to be at the top. All of the different tier challenges, you still track the same way. To the top here. Those announcements are still going to be at that little trumpet at the bottom, so you can go to all of those different announcements. This was done at a different time. The next thing would be the links. So that's all of those resource links that we looked at and the incentive forms. You can get to those through there. The next would be the watch, which will show you a calendar, but you can also go to your settings and connect your device that way. The next will be the trophy, which is a summary report of your age gauge. Actually, no, that's a summary of all your points. I'm sorry. That trophy is going to give you a summary of your points. Then that last one with the 3 bars or the sandwich is going to be the university courses. You can go to all of the university courses that way. You can go to events, any upcoming events. I don't usually put anything in there. HRA is going to give you a summary of your age gauge, or you can fill it out and then you can edit your profile that way. And then you can also log out. Community Care Connect's another service available through Everslide/Marathon Health. It's not going away. Findhelp.org. You can enter in all of your personal information, but it gives you access to local resources for food, housing, utilities, transportations, finances, anything that way. Tons and tons of different resources. If you don't have to enter in all of your personal information, but it'll give you more personalized resources if you do. It is confidential, it's private, just to help you connect with the community and see what resources are available to you. Not extra points for it, but it is a nice kind of resource to have for you. You can download the Everside app. We are going to be switching apps in January, full disclosure, to Marathon Health app. It'll look and feel a little bit different, but that is our member services number. You can also call for member services, our 866-959-9355, which is the scheduling line number too. We are on Facebook and YouTube. I just posted our cooking demo of Q4. So I'm trying to do it once every quarter, but you can go scan the QR code or go to Be Well Dayton YouTube. So it's all one word for Facebook and YouTube, but you can check that out for other links and resources as well. Any questions? All of our previous lunch and learns are on that YouTube channel.